Welcome to the Capitol Theater, where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. Since its grand opening on March 21st, 1921, this historic venue has witnessed countless performances and restorations. But beneath its polished exterior and glamorous performances lies a chilling secret, one that still lingers in the shadows, haunting the theater's every corner to this very day. It all began in the Roaring '20s when the Capitol Theater opened its doors to many vaudeville acts and a first of its kind, the American comedic silent film Dinty. But as time marched on and taste changed, the theater faced financial struggles, which were pushed even further in 1960 when the worst Atlantic hurricane to be seen that year would make landfall. Hurricane Donna's winds roared up to 145 miles an hour, the strongest observed since the 1930s, and when it cleaved its path through the city of Clearwater, nearly 75% of all homes were damaged. With extensive repairs needed and a waning audience, the Capitol Theater closed in 1980. However, a wealthy family in the area decided to purchase the property and keep the former owner on to oversee renovation. All seemed to be going well. However, during the massive renovation in February 1981, tragedy struck. In a balcony of the theater, a construction worker found the body of Bill Neville, surrounded in a pool of blood. He had been brutally murdered the night before. A year later, renovations continued. The theater was reborn, but the eerie discovery left an indelible mark on the building, and its financial struggles continued until it was purchased in 2008 by the city along with another larger theater, and it was finally restored. And by all accounts, the theater is thriving. But despite its revitalization, something unexplained lingers here. The past has a way of leaving its mark in more than memories. Paranormal events at the Capitol have been reported for years. Fire alarms going off without cause, chandeliers swinging on their own, and many mysterious orbs captured on film. However, if you ask the locals, they believe that the paranormal activity here is due to the three main ghosts who haunt the Capitol Theater. First, there's the captain, an old man with a goatee seen wandering the halls in a blue coat and fisherman's hat. His presence is a reminder of the theater's long connection to the ocean front just down the street, with some speculating that he was once a captain of a ship that docked nearby. The spirit of the captain apparently has a knack for touching ladies as they visit the theater. He is also known to be obnoxious, loud, and an overall troublemaker. Could he be the ghost of a sailor who took refuge in the nearby theater during the massive storm? Or maybe that of a ship captain lost who went down with one of the many wrecks in the nearby Gulf? If so, why does he still roam these halls? Then there's the spirit of the young girl. Some say she appears around the age of 10. She playfully watches over the theater and is often said to be caught in EVPs, electronic voice phenomenon. In one account, a tour group is said to have spotted the girl behind the guide and simply assumed she was an actor. No one knows who she is or why she lingers here, and mediums that have felt her presence say she may not understand that she's passed on, and that she seems to be waiting for something or someone. Finally, there's Bill Neville, the ghost of the very man whose body was found in the balcony. Early one morning, a renovation construction worker found his body in a pool of blood. Detectives told a local paper that he had multiple stab wounds and had been struck over the head. His personal jewelry was missing, and at the time, there was no reason for him to have even been in the theater the night before. This led investigators to believe this had been some sort of robbery gone wrong, or perhaps, more tragically, a hate crime against a man who had been known to live an alternative lifestyle for the time. Eventually, detectives arrested one man who confessed to the crime and was charged with first-degree murder, but unfortunately, his accomplice had skipped town and never faced justice for his actions. It's said that Bill returned, or chose to stay, and now roams the theater, his restless spirit seeking answers. However, by all accounts, Bill is a very gentle spirit. Patrons say Bill still appreciates the theater and the art. In one instance, a theater worker said he was saved from falling to his certain death off the balcony by an unseen hand. And in 1999, Bill's spirit made headlines again. A few years after Neville's murder, a group of actors rehearsed a show there. The producer told a crew member not to stay in the theater alone, but the crew member had work to finish. Late that night, one of the actors glanced up at the balcony. At that moment, one of the chair seats slammed closed. The Times reported, quote, "If you know those seats, you know how heavy they are. They don't close by themselves." The actor walked to the edge of the stage and called out to Neville, quoting, "I'm sorry about what happened to you. I had nothing to do with it. Now I've got to get this work done." He said after that, it was like he had come to an understanding with Bill. I could stay and work, and he would leave me alone. Whatever Bill's intentions as a spirit are, they've never manifested in a malicious way. Hopefully Bill's spirit can one day get the closure that it needs to pass on. At least we can take some comfort knowing that if Bill's spirit is stuck at the Capitol Theater, he now can enjoy seeing it thrive and watch all the many performances it hosts weekly, something we know he always wanted to in life. The Capitol Theater stands as a beacon of history and culture in Clearwater, Florida. But beneath its polished exterior lies a much darker story. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. This theater has a past that refuses to stay in the shadows. So the next time you visit Clearwater, Florida, why not catch a show at the Capitol Theater? And when you enter, look around carefully. You might just catch a glimpse of something from the other side. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this little paranormal history from the other side. This has been something I've wanted to do on the channel for a long time, and if this is something that you're interested in, just give it a like, sub, and see what else we have. I promise to have more content like this, and of course some of the other stuff as well. Thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Stay spooky, my friends, and I will see you very soon.